In the heart of a small, secluded town named Blackwood, there stood an abandoned asylum that bore witness to a chilling history. The ominous structure, once known as St. Jude's Psychiatric Hospital, was infamous for its inhumane treatments and dark tales. While the horrors that transpired within its walls were far from supernatural, the unsettling events that unfolded were enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. It was the summer of 1956 when the hospital was still operational. Dr. Richard Thornfield, a man known for his cruel experiments on patients, oversaw the asylum. The facility was notorious for its experimental procedures, often conducted on the most vulnerable patients. Patients were subjected to electroconvulsive therapy without anesthesia, ice water baths, and other dehumanizing treatments, all in the name of medical advancement. Among the patients was a young woman named Eleanor Hayes. She had been institutionalized by her family, who claimed she was possessed by a malevolent spirit. Eleanor's wide, fearful eyes and her tendency to speak in hushed whispers only added to the aura of mystery surrounding her. Dr. Thornfield took a keen interest in her case, seeing her as the perfect candidate for his next series of experiments. Eleanor's suffering escalated as Dr. Thornfield's experiments grew increasingly sadistic. He believed that by subjecting her to extreme psychological and physical torment, he could separate the supposed spirit from her body. Each day, her screams echoed through the asylum's cold, sterile corridors, a symphony of agony that went unheard by the outside world. As weeks turned into months, a nurse named Alice Harper began to question the morality of the hospital's practices. She secretly documented the horrifying treatments inflicted upon the patients, including Eleanor. Over time, she grew close to Eleanor, finding solace in their whispered conversations. Through their interactions, Alice discovered that Eleanor was not possessed, but a victim of trauma and abuse. Alice's determination to expose the truth intensified. She managed to smuggle her documentation out of the asylum and sent it to investigative journalists in the nearby city. The documents detailed the atrocities committed by Dr. Thornfield and his staff. The exposé sent shockwaves through the community, and public outrage forced the authorities to intervene. In 1957, a full-scale investigation was launched into St. Jude's Psychiatric Hospital. Dr. Thornfield and several staff members were arrested and charged with heinous crimes against the patients. The hospital was permanently shut down, and the remaining patients were transferred to more humane facilities. Eleanor, along with many others, finally found the care and compassion they deserved. Years passed, and the asylum fell into disrepair. It became a haunting reminder of the town's dark past. Locals shared whispered tales of restless spirits and the tormented souls that still wandered its decaying halls. Teenagers dared each other to spend a night within its crumbling walls, and eerie sounds of scraping metal and distant whispers only fueled the legends. In 1973, a group of friends decided to explore the abandoned asylum. They were drawn by the stories and the thrill of confronting the past. Armed with flashlights and a sense of invincibility, they ventured into the decaying structure. As they wandered deeper into the asylum, they discovered evidence of its grim history. Rusted restraints, shattered glass, and cryptic messages scrawled on the walls by former patients. But their excitement soon turned to terror as they stumbled upon a hidden chamber deep within the asylum's bowels. Inside, they found a room filled with decayed medical equipment, blood-stained restraints, and a makeshift operating table. The walls were adorned with disturbing sketches and writings, revealing the horrors that had occurred there. Among the drawings was a chilling depiction of Eleanor, her hollow eyes staring out from the paper. As the group continued to explore, they heard faint whispers and echoing footsteps, despite being alone in the asylum. Panic set in and they attempted to flee, but the corridors seemed to twist and elongate, disorienting them. The air grew colder and their flashlights flickered, casting eerie shadows on the walls. In the midst of their fear, they caught a glimpse of a figure standing at the end of a hallway. The figure of a woman with long, disheveled hair. Terrified, they ran in the opposite direction, only to find themselves back in the same hallway, facing the same spectral figure. Desperation took hold as they realized they were trapped within the asylum's malevolent grasp. The whispers grew louder and their surroundings seemed to warp and shift, leading them deeper into the heart of darkness. Hours turned into days as the group remained lost within the asylum's labyrinthine corridors. Hunger, exhaustion, and fear gnawed at their sanity. If you have enjoyed the video, press like and subscribe. New stories are about to come out.